What's up, guys? Ryan Fitzgerald here at Kingdom Gym in Morganville, New Jersey. It's pretty quiet today, which is nice. It's a good day for filming. We're gonna hit a pull session, pull A on our split, and yeah, nothing really fancy. Just gonna get after it. Gonna film a couple of our top sets, and then kind of the reasons why we hit the movements that we hit. Getting after it.
Ryan, how many top sets do you have?
So we're gonna do two back. So we have our pull A and pull B, obviously. And so pull A, it's the exact same exercises, just kind of out of order. So today is gonna be a little more lat focused. That's what we'll start with. So we'll have a little bit more energy for lats. And we'll probably do 2 to 3 top sets. Whereas when we get into kind of upper back, we might only do 1 all-out set, for an exercise. Kind of figure out when we get there. 12. So as I search for a handle here, do a single arm, low cable row. Again, the focus is on the lats. Same concept. I'm engaging my lat in its shortest range of motion, and then kind of progressing there. No need a lot of weight, just kind of keep the time under tension with the lat, and work through the set, as always. So, I have bitch wrists from boxing all my life. So obviously the straps and wrist supports and stuff like that are a huge help. But one thing that I learned later in life was wrist positioning when I go through these movements. So as I set myself up into the movement, you'll actually see kind of the back end of my hand. I kind of rotate out a little bit, and it alleviates a ton of wrist pain. You'll see sometimes, like for example, I did 2 warm-up sets, 2 feeler sets with the single arm pull down, which in a nutshell is just to, I'm doing 5 to 7, maybe 8 reps on a movement to get used to the heaviest weight. So once I'm struggling at that 5 to 6 rep range, I'm gonna keep the weight there, and you blast 2 sets to failure. we'll swap the 25s out for a 45. One thing about lifting for as long as I have, never gets easier. It's the only sport I've ever done where it only gets harder. Because if you're constantly progressing, you're constantly adding more weight. It just makes it tougher. Third exercise on our pull session is going to be my favorite prime piece, hands down. Is kind of, I guess you can call it the extreme row or the upper back prime row. When you do an upper back movement and you want to focus on keeping kind of like, I always envision like a board across my upper abdominals, and you kind of want to drag your elbows along that. So with this, it kind of forces you to keep those elbows flared, and you're hitting kind of that whole upper back. You can just load a lot of weight on here. It's fun. So we're gonna probably hit like 3 working sets here. Going on to our third set, our third top set. We're gonna dial back the weight a little bit. I kind of want to explain with how prime equipment works and how you should load the weight for kind of the purpose that you're training for. So with the extreme row, we load the weight high so that we feel it initially in the beginning of the movement. And then we load the weight all the way at the bottom for that initial squeeze at the top. You'll see a lot of times people may put, for example, 3 to 4 plates on the top and nothing down on the second 2 rings. And that's because they're really only going about 90 degrees, feeling strong, and then dropping it again. And you're fatiguing yourself so early on the movement. You'll see it with, a chest press with prime or any prime equipment. So try to spread that weight depending on the purpose of the movement. Again, for here, we want that initial squeeze. We're kind of bringing our shoulder blades and our traps up and engaged. And that's where we're feeling the weight right off the bat. And then again, the weight at the bottom is so that we can really feel at the end of that set. Ooh, lats are feeling, oh my God, I can't even get this off. Always have your logbook. There's no way you're gonna know if you were better 3 weeks ago versus today's session if you're not logging your stuff. You'll hear some people say that it's just added stress or added pressure or whatever. To each their own. I personally can attest to having a logbook and kind of knowing where you're progressing. Fourth exercise, I believe. I don't know, I'm all over the place. Upper back focused lat pull down. Naturally, you're gonna hit your lats. It just is how it is. So getting in, again, building that foundation from the ground up, positioning my elbows before I begin the movement will allow me to really concentrate on that upper back. With this, we're only gonna do 1 all-out set. Obviously, as I said earlier in the video, it's a little more lat focused. We're a little more fried now towards the end of the movement. So we just kind of really want to do 1 all-out set till failure. Which you'll probably look at anywhere from 16 to 20 reps before moving on to our final exercise, which will be the rear delt fly. Final exercise today on our pull day. It's going to be rear delt flies with the Prime fly machine. I like this because as opposed to the extreme row or the upper back row that we did earlier. I'm gonna set this for the resistance at the end of the movement. Your rear delts are a very small muscle, so I really just wanna get a good squeeze in them at the top of the movement and then come back down. Nothing fancy here. We're gonna do 3 working sets because it's just really something that I wanna concentrate and focus on in my back shots, my back relax and back double. So we're gonna hit our top set here and that'll be it for the day. I'm gonna get into the movement, build the house, foundation. My feet are dug in. Again, I'm gonna kind of rotate my wrists out a little bit to alleviate kind of stacking my wrist to my elbow and alleviate any wrist pain. And then just begin to move. All right, guys, so thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by the Framework. This was an awesome pull session. Really happy to be back at Kingdom Gym. Thank you everybody here for letting us film and letting us train here. We're definitely gonna do more of this. Thank you to Lewis behind the camera, always making himself available for me and for future content. We're definitely gonna be getting together again soon. Yeah, I mean, nothing fancy here. You saw the movements. Everything that we set up has a purpose. Everything's structured to just progress. We kind of want to bring up the upper back. We want to bring up the traps and the rear delts. So taking a day off and then coming into a pull session really allows us to have that energy and that stamina to come in and crush it. So always train with a purpose. Nothing happens by accident. Everything is a variable that needs to be assessed. So thank you guys for stopping by the Framework, and until next time.